could make this guy the scout, but I want him for lumber. Let's make him the scout now, and then we should be able to also buy some more provisions. Oh, hold up, shift, not alt. Don't alt click. Don't alt click, shift click if you want to do a specific amount. That should be able to do that. Alright, that is a good choice. So we might be able to roll with 3 scouts ASAP. I think I might want to leave... Well, no. We can send 1 scout down the middle here and 1 scout to the west. I want to kind of leave some villages available to potentially season the scout. Moving into a goody hut can get the scout killed, or it can even make an entire nation declare war on you of natives. You don't want to use a scout that's not seasoned to go into a goody hut. I've never had a scout that is seasoned have a bad event from a goody hut. And that includes like these hostile tribal villages right here. If you enter them with a military unit to kill the unit, you're going to pop the hut with a non-seasoned scout and they could get killed. Anyway, these people are expert indigo planters. They need gunpowder. I probably won't sell that to them. But anyway, you've been good to me, so I'll tell you something. Be careful in the towns. Those walls and guns that threaten enemies can also be used to control everyone inside. Interesting. I do want to check out this bit of land over here, so let's start to head that direction. Let's do that now, actually, because it looks like it ends. And I want that campfire. I want units from campfires as soon as I can get them. The faster I can grow my population, the faster I can grow my gold, get more scouts, get more gold, etc. We're in a race against time, against the AI, because they are very powerful if you don't play, like, really sweaty. Oh, check it out. It's a little alligator. Well, a big alligator. I like the animals in this mod. They're not really a danger to anything that has a gun. They are a bit of a danger to regular colonists that only have 2 strength, just like they do. And they can also attack your treasures, so you do need to be kind of careful with your treasures. But treasures do often win the fight. Hey, these people can train expert fishermen. That's awesome. They need ropes. I might actually sell them some ropes. Ropes can be made from hemp or flax. Flax is like a taiga terrain crop. Hemp is, I think it's grassland, or maybe prairie. Anyway, they're going to give our scout some knowledge. Thank you so much. And let's check out this goody hut. We got ourselves another slave overseer. Now, I don't think that they will stack. I don't think the promotions stack with other units, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. That means I would be able to get even more productivity out of this indentured servant when it arrives. The only issue with that would be I need some people to do scouting. Now I am producing more lumber than I need at the moment. Let's go ahead and swap that off and let's do some production. I'm going to go back and forth on that. I'm not going to show all the micromanagement, but we'll just go ahead. What the hell was that? That was a hell of a sound and animation. That was an interesting little waiting animation there. I won't show like all the micromanagement, but I like to show like overall choices and what I'm thinking about and doing. Oh yeah, we got this native slave here. Forgot about him. We'll go pick him up with the overseer at some point in time. See, there goes Louis Joliet. It's not been that many turns since we got the first founding father, and this guy got taken now. So that's a pretty decent amount of political points, and that's without the AI specifically building political points, I'm pretty sure. So he gives a ranger, which is a pretty good military unit, which is good in dense terrain. He gives extra chances for unique events from goody huts on land, some wild animal promotions, and plus 25% feathers. And I don't care about feathers. I'm not sure why that's even in the mod, honestly. He's alright. Chacruz Marquette, though, he is the best founding father in the game. Period. Let's give Forced March for +1 visibility range and -1 terrain movement cost to our scout here, and we can see even further now. And now we can go check out that ruin. We got our first treasure. Hey. This is worth 2,046 gold. So now that we're going to start accumulating treasures, I want to get to 6,000 gold, because then the king will offer us a galleon and we won't have to pay the king to ship the treasures to Europe. So hey. Ooh, hello. We found some proper gems, baby. So I found some gems. I don't think I found any silver or gold. I've been getting kind of lucky in finding precious metals in my playthroughs that I didn't record, obviously. I've been gone for like a month or more now, the hell is that? Oh, parrots for bird feathers. I've been gone for like a month or more because I was looking for a job, and then I got the job, then I had to go through the training for the job, etc. And I've just been tired, man. But now things have settled down and I can finally record again. I don't think now that the channel will be like super big, like ever, but I might as well put these out there since quite a few of y'all do enjoy them, so might as well. I enjoy making it, so I'm just not going to be like, I'll play this because maybe a whole bunch of people will watch. Because the reality is I don't think a lot of people find me that interesting. Like, I'm a very monotone speaker, which I understand. Hello, Spain. So, buenos dias, stranger. Allow me, Hernan Cortez, conquistador, soldier of fortune, and treasure hunter. I am on my way to the god king of this pagan realm to be honored and gifted by him. Don't get in my way. Alright, there'll be peace in our time. So, Spain is down here. There's some clay here, a resource of clay at least. You do need clay, stone, and tools to upgrade the buildings. And most of the buildings need clay, stone, and tools. But yeah, I'm not going to... I'm just going to play whatever I feel like, basically, and hope that anybody that wants to see it gets to see it. Ooh, there's... Don't tell me. No. I don't think I can declare war on him. So, not alone in a foreign land, your men look at you, startled. They are not used to their governor swearing, and certainly not so crudely, so blasphemously. A maid looks down and crosses herself silently. But you care only for what you have spied in the distance, a familiar flag, the flag of a king, and it is not yours. Your fears have come true. Other powers have also sent ships, settlers, and scouts to subjugate this new world. Suddenly you shiver and pull your cloak tighter around your shoulders. I saw a settler unit, an indentured servant settler. It's interesting that he's worked to become a poultry breeder. I wonder if the AI doesn't play by herd rules as to needing access to the animal in order to grow the animal. Anyway, I don't think I can declare war on him yet. I think that there's like a long-term peace treaty in place. Yeah, I can't declare war on him, so that sucks. Let's talk to the village. We didn't get anything because I already spoke to him. But we'll grab all the goody huts and stuff, and we'll take a look inside their colony. So they do have access to a resource of domestic geese, that's interesting, and rice, a big resource of rice. They've already got a pioneer, they've got 4 population, and a mounted conquistador. The mounted conquistador will be pretty hard to take care of. He has a lot of bonuses. So guiding to a war for Hernan Cortez is not advisable at the moment. Instead, we'll go ahead and we'll just pick up all the goodies that are around him. I'm going to grab the one north, and then go south, pick that up, then come west, and pick up the stuff over here. And then probably double back a little bit and grab the village right here. Anything that I can grab around him is going to be something that he does not get, which will slow down his growth further. Alright, caravel has arrived. We've got the provisions, we're going to offload the provisions now. And we need to think about what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have... this guy's worked for 49 turns to become a master carpenter, and master carpenters are pretty good. Am I ever going to make furniture? That's the question. I have access to some exotic wood from this one tropical grove right here, but that's only 3 exotic wood. I could get that up to like 5 exotic wood. Maybe I could get 8 exotic wood out of it, and then it would be worth it to make furniture. Because furniture sells for 11. So I don't think that I want... Well, man, I want like none of these dudes to be scouts. You know what, let's just do the free colonist. Let's make him the scout. We'll put him on the ship. And then I was going to use the indentured servant for lumber production, but it's just going to have to be what it is. I'd rather he get upgraded to a seasoned scout than the powder maker. Powder makers are actually very important because you need them for everything. Like military ships require gunpowder, pretty sure. And then you also need it for like land units as well. So you need gunpowder production. And we're going to sail on down towards the mainland. On the way back, we'll be picking up... Why would you settle right there? Why would you settle right there? 1, 2, 3, that's minimum distance, so it's good for defense. But now they have to have a wagon train go back and forth when they could have just settled. There's a regular coast right here, big ships can get in and out. They would have gotten... well, they would still get access to the cocoa trees eventually. Like, it's not a bad location overall. And they do get access to the mineral resources over here. But they could have gotten more health if they had been right there, just one east. They would have gotten more health from being coastal. They can't access the clay no matter what. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They could build another settlement over here. That's an okay location. I'm not very impressed by that overall. And this dude's not going to give me open borders. The Spanish, they like to keep you at arm's length. We got some gold from that. 3,810 gold. Very nice. Pretty soon we'll probably be getting like tens of thousands of gold. It just depends on what the Spanish do. If I can grab these lands and then move hard west and grab all the gold before they can start scouting. And it also depends on where the location of the other Europeans is at. Plus the shape of the land. Like, we might get unlucky and get a bad shape. Like, to where we'd need a lot of ship time to get around. I don't like to spend ship time on things that I'd rather not have to, because ships are expensive. And their time is limited. We've got some more gold, and we've got some gold from mating that native village as well. I really do think that overall the AI does not prioritize exploring as much as it should. Let's mark some silver, baby. Right there. Silver's not quite as good as gold, but still pretty damn good. I do think the AI needs to prioritize exploration a lot more than it does. Let's drop off both scouts right now. They will proceed westward. One will go like high, one will go medium, and then we'll leave the southern lands for the other scout. If the AI prioritizes exploration more, like the AI for Portugal in particular does prioritize exploration, and they get a lot of money as a result, because I play on big maps. Like, if you played on a much smaller map with like a high number of colonists, shit, I forgot to put the slave on there. That's the price of talking and trying to play the game at the same time. But yeah, anyway, the scout's OP. Not so much on a tiny map with a bunch of other Europeans, but the AI does not prioritize scouting enough. If you do it fast enough, you'll get stupid amounts of money. I can go through his lands. Why? Because we have a forced peace treaty? That must be it. There's some things about the mod that I don't entirely understand. That it's not like clear and obvious. But I do really love this mod so much. I think it is like the best mod for a Civilization 4 game that I played. That's how good I think it is. We got the village hall done in the pearly gates. Now there's the question of what we would like to do next. I think we want to focus on culture so we can grow our borders to get to those pearls as soon as possible. So we're going to go for the village market. The village market starts the domestic market in the mod. That means that you can sell goods to your own people, usually for a much higher price than you could sell in Europe. It depends partially on the happiness of your people, and the happier they are, the higher prices they'll pay for some reason. But that's just how the mod works. Anyway, so let's go for the village market. And then let's hopefully be able to bring these people back in one turn. Yep, we'll be able to pull it off. Perfect. Let's go back to the pearly gates, please, and thank you, and then get off my ship. Now I have 2 slave overseers. Let's put the native slave, let's make him do the lumber. He might generate a crap ton of lumber from the promotions. And indeed he does. So now I can switch my powder maker over to carpentry. This one slave is now producing 8.8 lumber. He has a slave production modifier of 60%. Very cool. That's because of these 2 slave overseers. It must cap out at 60%, so you can have multiples, but I think it just caps at 60%. So yeah, he's producing a lot of extra lumber. That is very cool. And now I'm going to risk the king asking me for money by saving up money for the 6,000 gold for the galleon. I'm just gonna have to hope that he doesn't ask for like 2,000 gold or something stupid. The sooner I can start selling my treasures, the better. This caravel is going to go ahead and grab some sugar, and then I think head immediately back. Yep, we have some people to be picked up. Our firebrand preacher is producing a ton of crosses per turn. We got a seductive harlot, which will increase happiness if we make her work at a tavern as a harlot. And then we have the master train oil cooker. In order to do this, we'd have to get a whaling ship and then set up a whaling station or something like that, or a train oil factory. to produce the oil. That takes a while. It takes a while to get the ship, because you can't not buy a whaling ship. Yeah, looking through here, there is no whaling ship. You must build a whaling ship. That takes a while. So he's not that useful. But he can do something else in the meantime. Have we even found any whales so far? That is a good question. Let's turn on the yield display and I'll take a quick look around. Yes, we have actually. We have some sperm whales. So whaling is something that we can look into eventually. So we might not make him get rid of his specialty. Now I could go into the goodie hut with his indentured servant Scout, but that would be stupid. He would probably die. So I'm going to have him go to the village instead. And I'm going to have to basically hope and pray that they get seasoned from the villages. Because I do not like them to die when they could have made me so much more money. Like, I just got 2,946 gold from this village, and that is fantastic. So my treasures, I'm having them move at the moment over to this native village right here. You can compress treasures in the mod into bigger treasures, so that saves space on the galleon, which is a major plus on top of the base game, which I think that you can't compress treasures in the base game. If I had a colony on the shore, then I would have the treasures move in that direction, but I wouldn't have them move directly into the colony unless I was about to ship them out, because if you have a treasure sitting in a colony, in this mod, there's an occasional bad event, or a few bad events related to them. Let's hope for seasoning. Unfortunately, no, we got a worthless prisoner. So I'm looking for the Fountain of Youth. I want robust, good health, but mainly I need to forget all the hard things I learned later in life. So we got ourselves another native slave. Let's actually take a quick look around and see if I haven't failed to notice any kind of seasoned scout availability. Nah, just some pretty basic stuff overall. Hey, we got a proper ranger. Check that out. Now I can use the ranger to combine with my treasures to protect them more easily. So we have a quest. My lord, our plantation owners in the colonies are very pleased that we have brought the first slaves to the colonies, not intentionally. Now they want us to enter the profitable slave trade business ourselves, rather than leaving it to others. They suggest we acquire 2 slave barks before any other colonial power. If we are the first, they promise to pay for experienced slave overseers. Slave barks are friggin' expensive, dude. If I go to Africa, you can buy them for 9,000 gold each. They have 5 cargo space, but they can only carry goods or slaves. I don't see those as a good choice. We got a map. We did not get a seasoning from that, unfortunately. Let's send you over to this village instead then. We found our first large river. So large rivers cannot be traversed by regular ships. I think they can be traversed by very specific ships, like certain kinds of coastal ships. And we found some more gems. Nice. Slaves too, by the way, cause a lot of unhappiness in your cities. We have 1 unhappiness generated by slaves alone, 2 from population size. So you want to kind of watch out with slaves and unhappiness. They also have a tendency to run away. Slaves do not actually get more expensive in Africa, by the way. As far as I know, they only go up to, they stay at like 450 gold on marathon speed. So we have treasures rewarded. My lord, you currently have 5 treasure chests filled to the brim with gold. Bandits, the city council, and other riffraff are surely already after the gold. You have to guard your treasures all the time. You should get a suitable vessel that can take the treasures to Europe and turn them into hard cash. Bring them to Europe yourself, unless you want to let the king keep the largest part for himself. Well, we'll have a galleon here pretty soon. They gave us money instead of training. Sad day. Treasures, by the way, cannot cross a large river. Most colonists cannot cross rivers. Natives can. Colonists cannot. So we will have to either find a way around, and this is late. There's no connection across right here. We'll have to go all the way around, or wait for a galleon to come pick us up like on the northern border up here, because we cannot go up the large river. The farthest that we can get for a galleon would be right here, but the treasure can only reach up to here. Oh, we found gold, baby. Oh, they trained seasoned scouts here. Holy shit. Hold on. I did not even recognize that. I'm kind of playing fast. I always kind of play fast. Oh, this is actually a nice quote here. So I want to learn your language so I can stay here forever. The way you live is wonderful. The further I travel, the less I ever want to go back. Let's send you over to New D, as well as this other scout. We're gonna have him do that, because I need them to get trained up ASAP. Like, there's no guarantee that we'll ever find a village that will season them. That's not a common event, but it does happen. It happens often enough that you can count on it, but it takes a while. Oh, there's also silver over here. There's a lot of things in this particular area. Now, the odds of us reaching that location are pretty low. I think even if we fought like an economic victory, that we probably wouldn't reach that far. Although it's possible that we could. I bet this friggin' large river goes on. No, looks like it might end right here so I can go around. Oh my lord. My colonist was attacked and destroyed by an alligator. Which one was that? Let's pick the indentured servant and the harlot. We almost have enough money for that galleon. Who the hell got killed by an alligator? Sometimes the game won't show you the combats that you experience. It must have been like a native slave, or no? Yes. I think I got a slave from that village, and then he got killed by an alligator on the silver. Okay. I see what happened. Yeah, they can be dangerous from time to time. So yes, we'll live among the natives to become seasoned scouts. We'll send all of our scouts there for training. Sounds good to me. Even more reason not to kill them. We have harlots in the tavern. So sweetheart, you take care of the workers and craftsmen from today on when they're tired of working and want to have some fun. Just make sure they always have fun. You got it, as long as they pay for it. They will, otherwise they'll get tossed right out. I can see you're really going to improve the mood in this colony. Alright, I think we should kind of think about the next settle location, which is going to be this location because I want to access the pearls. Question is, if I settle one north, I won't technically be on the river, which is sad. So this river actually ends in like a marsh and a wetland, and you don't want to drink from those. So I think we're going to have to settle on that location. So that will be marked as settle. And then after that, what would we like to do? Well, let's turn on the... Let's check for... Oh my god, more pearls. Of course, you need to always check for pearls. So there's more pearls there. Let's check along the coastline a little bit further. Pearls aren't that common, so it's pretty rare. There's some more right here, but they do exist. I think pearls can also be in a lake, but don't quote me on that. Alright, so I think that determines the next location that we're going to settle. So if I settle the location here next to the iron ore, 1, 2, 3, the closest location that I could settle that could reach the pearls would actually be on top of the tapirs here. But I think tapirs add to the fur production of the location. Yeah, they add +5 fur. No, look at them. So we could have a hunter work that location. I could settle on this hill jungle, but that's unhealthy terrain. The unhealthy terrain would get partially, I think completely outweighed by being coastal. Like either way, like either I settle here or I settle one west along the river, and then, but that would mean I would have to settle one north off the river in order to reach the pearls. So either way, somebody's settling on unhealthy terrain that they're gonna have 0 health, I think. Like positive or -0. Question is, who's it gonna be? Because the marsh is unhealthy terrain, wetland is unhealthy, marsh is unhealthy. You know what? Instead of the northern settle first, we could go with this settle next. Let's take a look at what the other resources are around it. So there's a fish right here that can be accessed from either location. That's good. There's a banana that you can access from either location. If I build this location, though, I can reach this watering hole for food and health. I can hunt the tapirs eventually. I think a stronger play is going to be first settle here, so that will prevent us from settling right there, but then we second settle here. That gives us pearls immediately, and this also gives us pearls immediately. The health in the second city won't be amazing, but that's okay. Being located here will allow them to use the shrimp without a fishing boat, and there are actually fishing boats in this mod that can go gather food from like the shrimp in the ocean here. But they're pretty weak. They're as weak as an animal, so they have a decent shot of getting killed, unless you have like some military ships patrolling, looking for animals. I think those settles are going to be what we do. First settle does not require us to buy land. Second settle, no matter what, was going to require us to buy land if we want to keep them on the good side. But I don't think we're going to go with keeping these guys on our good side because this village is in our way. We do want to learn sugar planting from them, but let's check Port. Well, maybe not Port Royale, but actually maybe we can. No, we can't. Sometimes, well, all the time, you can buy special units in Port Royale, like sugar planters, I think. In Africa, you can buy expert peanut, coffee, indigo, cotton, and red pepper planters. So that's where you can get experts if you want to buy them. You can also learn those skills from the natives, but I think like sugar planter, etc., tobacco planter, those can be found in Port Royale, this location. It has been a little while since I've had a pirate ship that could go there, though. I think privateers can go. It won't be long until I can go there. But yeah, that is a good setup. First settle is here, and then second settle up there. We want to do that pretty soon, not long after we get the galleon, because we're kind of running out of things for people to do in Pearly Gates. We can only build buildings so fast, you know. And there goes Malinche. Now Malinche was a political person? Nah, another exploration one. So that's 1,963 political points. She reveals all burial grounds, ancient ruins, and provides 2 native mercs. So we don't know who's getting these. My guess is it's actually Portugal. We've got the 6,000 gold, and it should not be long until the king actually asks us for money. So let us hope and let us cross our fingers. Usually it's like almost immediate. So we've finished the village market, which is absolutely wonderful. What would we like to work on next in Pearly Gates? Well, we need more culture, although, let's see. We expand culture in 29 turns. Yes, we need more culture if possible. So the tavern would be the way to go. The tavern actually does generate gold from culture as well. So the tavern's a pretty good choice. Let's go with the tavern. So a group of private traders in our colony insists that we need more markets. They even offer a reward if we can be the first to have 5 cities with markets. There's quite a few of these quests related to 5 cities with X building. We'll give it a shot, but we won't like super prioritize it. And here we go. My Lord His Majesty is deeply discontented that so many treasures are not being shipped in time to Europe. To solve this issue, he offers us a galleon for a discounted price. This is kind of a silly thing to do because giving us a galleon means that we won't send them back through piers and harbors, which means that he actually loses a lot of money. But hey, whatever. So we could refuse and we lose some relations with our king. Or, of course, we're going to accept a half-price galleon. They're normally like almost 12,000 gold at marathon speed. We'll not only get the half-price galleon, we'll improve our relations with our king too. That's pretty damn good. Although, please don't tell me that the galleon is... Oh yes, good deal. Alright, so since we did not have a colony that could access the European sea zone with a big ship, Pearly Gates in particular, they spawned the galleon at the edge of the sea zone over here. So thankfully it didn't bug out. They actually thought of that. Let's send the galleon on a small exploration mission to see if we can't get it some movement speed in the meantime as we head down that direction. I think that is going to be a very good choice. If I can get a galleon with movement speed, that'd be wonderful. We got a floating giant. The onlookers stand in disbelief as porters climb the ship's catwalk again and again. On their bent backs they haul bales, crates, and barrels. How much does a galleon hold? Calls the little boy curiously. A grizzled mate leans down. As much as we can put into her, he says kindly. That's true of any ship, though, my bro. Hello. We've caught a cunning con man and fence, wanted in Spanish colonies, as he fled through our land. He may tell us where his loot is hidden. We could extradite him for a relations boost with Hernan Cortez. We could interrogate him secretly. We'd receive between 3 and 1,500 gold and a 50% chance for -1 relations hit with Hernan Cortez, or release him and do nothing. Why would I do that? I'd rather do one of these. And I'm going to interrogate him. I want the money. So he's offering us some slaves. We don't have the money for that. Well, we did have the money, but then we got the quest. So I think we only got like 300 gold. Let's see if we pissed off Hernan Cortez. Oh my god, where is he? There he is. He's a Nord. Alright, I don't care. The dude's a jerk no matter what. Taking a look at our relationship with the Carib real quick, they are at -1 overall, so they're not going to attack us yet, but they're already at -2 for our way of life threatens theirs. That's because we're so close to them, and not being French, it is much, much harder to get along with the natives. I would like to play a France game at some point, and I was playing a France game, but I was like, I already played a France game earlier, let's not play another France game for this series. Like, it's not the same mod and truly the same game, but still, it's kind of a similar playstyle.